Welcome back, everyone. I'm Setharoth, and today we are continuing our deep dive into the revised Bleak Falls Barrow. As you can see, this room has no semblance to the vanilla version, and, well, it's kind of added on to the vanilla version, I suppose. If we're going to be honest about the situation, it is added on to, allowing you to bypass most of the dungeon that you are familiar with running if you've ever run the major quest line more than, like, twice. Or if you test mods for a living, 3 or 4 times. By times 100. Let's go ahead and just depower you. Thank you very much. Oh, well, you're going to be fun, aren't you? That's just... Alright. Little doggy, can you come help me? Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, jeez. Nope. No help from the doggy. But, oh, well, that actually worked out. Oh, jeez. There was a third one. I was not aware that there was a third one. So that's fun. It really makes me wish that I had, let's see, how could we have better managed that? Let's try working alongside our familiar. If he can tank, and then we can do the damage. I'm going to switch into first person mode just so I can make sure we're good to go. You know what, might as well take advantage of some stealth, because I know this guy's just lying here. If it was just 2 of them, I'd be okay. It's the 3 of them that's ridiculous. You're done. Let's get some. Oh, jeez, that's the big sword guy, isn't it? Oh, of course it is. Haha! That's right, can't touch this. Oh, jeez, but your friend can. Oh, okay. Definitely going to be doing some sprinting here. Hiya! That's the wrong button. My wife was nice enough to get me Jedi Fallen Order on PlayStation, and unfortunately, the sprint button for Jedi Fallen Order is not the same button as what you use in Skyrim. I'm gonna have to remind myself. There we go. Okay, that's how we sprint in Skyrim. All right. I say we try this a 3rd time. Alright, familiar's up. Let's just wail on this guy until he drops. There we go. 3 hits right there. We gotta take care of this guy. Oh, big sword, big sword. Alright. Take care of him, doggy. There we go. Okay. Oh, come on. That T-dodge just is not my friend some of these days. Keep hitting the little button. It doesn't work as often as I would like it to. Down, doggy. Thank you. Oh, geez. Sprint, my friend. Oh, no stamina. Well, that would be a problem. Okay. Healing first. Okay. Alright, we're getting some stamina back. Okay, party on. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. Alright, how did we do that? We used the familiar to tank, and then we brought down the pain, saved the magic up for healing, and try not to use the T-dodge more than you need to, although it's kind of funny. I feel like when I'm in combat, the T-dodge command is a lot less sensitive, and then when I'm out of combat, it just goes off like without a hitch, unless, of course, I'm, complaining to you about it, and then it works just fine, because, why not? Sometimes the mods, I think they call it the demon of demonstration, like, it'll work fine until you have an audience. Let's just grab some of this. Disease. The disease and the transformation archetypes. I do not know. I can't remember if there's some actual disease magic in, like, Odin or in the vanilla. I don't think Apocalypse has disease spells, but we might have to look into that. Okay. So, looks like we're getting close. Maybe it would be wise to just jump to the next section instead of being greedy and trying to explore a little more. But, a little greed never hurt anyone. This is Bethesda. They like to reward you for digging. Possibly. Okay. Oh, we've got one guy over there, but he seems to be napping. What's over here? No. a lot of doors that don't seem to lead to anywhere. Oh, jeez. Hello. You are down, sir. Aha! I've died one too many times. There is no more mercy left in my soul. Oh. Well, this room looks familiar. Okay. Moving on. I wonder what... Oh, hi. Yes, we will just drop you. Yeah, maybe... Oh, jeez. Ah. Ooh. Good doggy. No, bad doggy. Ah. Alright, Doug. We need to discuss tanking. Tanking means you stay between them and me. Not that you sidestep, allowing them to get to me. These are two very different principles here that we need to sort out. Oh, I did a little pirouette there. That was strange. Okay. Maybe I need to stop pushing my luck and just move on to the next section. That would probably be a good idea. Definitely, keep my little doggy with me. Okay. Alright. Let's see. So the exit is that direction. So, oh, now I feel like I'm going in circles. Okay, maybe it's back this way. Because it was off of like a little T intersection. I remember going down after I found the way out. Oh, no. Let's try this way. Alright, Mr. Familiar, you are... Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe we'll be alright. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's just move on. We'll get out of here. We'll get to Riverwood, or Whiterun. And then... Oh, that... no T-dodge for me. Of course not. Why would there be? Whew, okay. You can stay right there. Bring up my little friend. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. He makes a lot of noise. That is one dog. That dog is very content to be chewing on things and getting in my way and almost getting me killed. But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. There we go. Okay, so if you stick with the vanilla entrance, you'll know that that is where the battle axe blade looking things are. One guy got down there we're not going to bother with. We took out the two guys up here, so you just head on through here, and this should take us, I believe, to where we utilize the golden claw. And I am correct. I will not let it go to my head. Now, I'm pretty sure this combination has not changed, so it should just be 2 to the right. Yes, I may have played the main quest line too many times. When you've memorized the locker combinations on a level, and at that point, you may need to reconsider to what extent what percentage of your life is going into this. Man, I'm still only 38% on Zenithar. It's because I haven't been leveling up my enchanting yet. It requires a lot more resting, and at the moment, I'm still trying to do a little more exploring. I'm hoping to stock up on a few more of these theses so that we can add more archetypes to our spell loadout. Wow, I forgot I had that many. Okay, cool. Anyway, so we're going to add those once we get up to Whiterun. We'll do a nice little study session. And then we've got to deal with... Okay, yeah. Let's... before I get out of... before I get myself killed, I should, though... Oh, right. I'm Zenithar. That's why I kept dying. In a previous playthrough, I was using the... Wait, no. I am using the Lover's Stone. I should be coming back every 15 minutes. Shouldn't I? I think so. Secret Admirer? No. Siphon Hill, Skinwalker... Lover, and it's Undying Love. There we go. Cheat death when slain. Okay, so maybe my cheat death hadn't come back yet. Alright, so our goal here is going to be to weaken... Oh, come on. Did I miss? Oh, wait. No, okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, wow. See, the dog's got some toughness to him. Oh, that is the wrong clicker. There we go. All right. That's just... Oof. Okay, that worked out better than I expected. That will disenchant that. Very nice. Alright, so you notice like I said before, the familiar is a bit tougher with Odin, but not overwhelmingly so. I think it's a good balance. And we got a new spell called Death Arc. Lots of theses. Don't know how you would pronounce that, but it's still good. I rarely use Death Arc, but it might be useful for some of our spell research. I know I have the mod no loot from vendors, or no spell tomes as loot or from vendors, but a couple of the newer spells, like from More Apocalypse or Odin's new spells, aren't included in that mod, so they kind of bleed through. But it makes up maybe 20 spells, and they're not really spells that I use a lot, so I don't worry too much about them. They might open up a couple of archetypes that'll help us along the way, but it's certainly not going to break the proverbial bank. Although, ironically, I just did a showcase, well, a deep dive for spell research doing alchemy, so now I'm a little more familiar with how the alembic and the cauldron work. And now I'm looking at plants with a whole new view. Because remember, during the spotlight, I got stuck behind a glitch and I couldn't get out of it. And I finally figured out how to get out of it. So now alchemy is starting to look a lot more appealing, because it gives you skills without having to rest every half a day, which in the mods version is like every 30 seconds. Anyway, so let's... I always like to unlock the next little dungeon over here, just to save yourself some travel time. If you do the... tip of my tongue, come on. Azura's Star quest. That is takes you to the dungeon over here. And if you want to unlock another... Actually, it might not be a bad idea to unlock the next stone, given that I've picked a Breton, and we get experience from exploration. Couldn't hurt. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll unlock a number of these locations. Oh. Yeah, haha! That's some professional twisting and intentional falling right there. Fall off the edge right before they get to you as they die. That doesn't take any practice at all. Alright, I do think we're probably going to do the Azura's Star quest somewhere down the line, so it would be easier to just have this stuff already unlocked, and it gives us experience anyway. So this is why we're using the mod experience, because it rewards you for sticking your nose where things might try to cut it off. Not everyone that you meet in Skyrim will be happy to see you. There we go. We got this deep. Next, we're going to hop over here, grab this ritual stone. Once you unlock 10 ritual stones, you will get a new Breton addition to whatever stone you're using. And I don't know what all of those are. I think with the Mage's Stone, it just makes your mage abilities, your spells, like 10% better, which is a pretty mild buff. But I don't know what it does for, like, the Lady Stone, for example. Man, these are some very determined fish. They come on land to get you. That's not creepy at all. You can just picture a more sadistic character being like, ha ha ha, I'm on land, you can't get to me now, ha ha ha. Holy crap. And they're eating it. Alright, let's turn in that quest, and then we'll hop back up to Riverwood, or Whiterun. Don't know why I'm getting those two confused these days. We'll probably get the... We're not going to do the Western Watchtower until we actually get some magic that will allow us to hurt the dragon from cover. I already tried doing that with just your regular novice spells. I was in a hurry, and I figured, you know what, I'll just take care of this myself with my novice level gear. I'm sure it will be fine. It was not fine, and I got ate a lot. So we're going to have to do some magical research before we attempt Western Watchtower. But I've got like 4 other revisited dungeons that I also want to check out.
You found it! I'm gonna put this back where it belongs.
You know what? I can't remember. I think I modified AI dialogue earlier. Audio? Voice? Oh no, we're good.
So much to us to have the claw back where it belongs.
Alright, Mr. Lucan.
You and me. Oh, a bit of this.
I'm sure I have some loot I can sell, although I do want to disenchant a bunch of this stuff first. I don't necessarily want to sell it all right away. I can get rid of the fur bracers in exchange for barbarian gauntlets. And I guess we're not really going to be doing a whole lot of enchanting per se. It's more like we study magic to get our enchanting skill up. And now that I know about how the alchemy thing works, I kind of want to keep the poisons because we can actually use those as fuel for our cauldron. Yes, this is going to make things very interesting. But we can at least take all the gold this guy has. I'm good with that. Moving on. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I think our next step is going to be Dragon's Reach. We've got a lot of enchantables, and I would like to disenchant as many as I can. I don't know if we can... Yeah, I don't think you can actually break down enchanted items. I think you have to wait until you find like the imbued or enchanted loot that is specifically designed for spell research. I love how you can find some really small mods. Like this one just changes out the load screens, but it really changes the feel of the game, especially when you're stuck waiting for stuff, right? It just, I like it. It's nice. It gives the game a different feel. I have one for my main screen as well, but unfortunately it has music that I don't own. I found that out the hard way, by the way. I was using a magic mod earlier. Or a music mod. And then the video that I had hosting that mod got demonetized because I didn't own the music track. So I can't actually show you a lot of the music mods. Sadly.
So your information was correct after.
Our first view of dead feet. Very nice. Ooh, a book.
You went into Bleak
I will
Falls
take
Barrow
3
and got
XP. Thank you very much.
Nice work.
And alright, let's see what we got
Just
here.
send me a copy when you decide.
I don't really need unresistible frost damage this time. I think I'm already using hide armor famine because it absorbs health. I'm really good with that plan.
How exciting.
Keeping a hunting bow on hand would be a good idea just for now. Orchestra draining, ring magic resist. I guess we don't need. Yeah, we can disenchant. I don't expect us to need a lot of magic resistance. I am tempted to keep this puppy just because if a dragon pops up, every little bit of elemental resistance is appreciated. 20% chance to interrupt the target's spell. Oh, that's hard to say. I mean, obviously I want to keep that enchantment, but at the same time, if I'm doing a more stealth build, I might go stealth. I mean, I have a couple points in destruction, but since I have Ordinator, I can always change my skill points anyway. Let's try... We're going to keep cancellation because that's anti-mage. Crushing will give us reduce their armor, which is also tempting. The boots of grit avoid stagger. We don't really need that. Usually I'm trying to avoid getting hit in the first place. But I mean the rest of these I think we're probably just going to keep equipped. We don't have a whole lot of soul gems anyway. Okay, now we're going to take very close advantage of the simple fact that these people can talk without putting me in ODs. Took longer than I thought.
I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon.
And not right away, I'm not.
You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here.
Yes, hiding and coward is experience against
the
dragons.
Service you did for me in retrieving the dragon stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please,
I mean, I'm building an Outlander character. I mean, he's not really supposed to be having his own house, kind of nomadic.
I need you here working on ways to defend the city against this dragon.
Alright, what we got here?
Incantations
Let's see, we can sell him. We can take the Amulet of Stendar at least. I think we're going to hang on to the potions. I don't know that he has a whole lot. I can take a couple of inkwells, a couple rolls of paper. Ancient text translation tome for Dova. We might need that, but that's, well, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Anything that we can give him in return, we can... Oh, wait. Did I just sell stuff? Oh, yep, I just sell stuff. Oh, well. I sold the ancient tome of Dova, but... Oh, well. I don't think he has anything else that we're particularly... I'm trying to avoid just buying up everything that is available. If it shows up in loot, I'll take it, but other than that, we're sticking with a more loner build.
One last thing, Irileth. This is
So let's go ahead and let's see. Actually, we just had an iridescent hide shield pop in from our stone, what the lover stone. It's the same enchantment that we have for the boots. So we'll go ahead and disenchant that. So now that's in our arsenal as well. Gets our enchanting up a little higher. So our next bit is gonna go. We're gonna go into how did Tony Stark put it? We're going into hardware mode, aka magic mode. We need to study our theses. Let's make sure. I should have enough. Oh geez, I have a lot less ink than I thought. Okay, I've got plenty of ruined books for paper, but ink is going to be a little shy. So let's hop over to Belethor first and see. He should have some ink. I don't know the exact ratio of number of pages to ink,
I'm not afraid of you.
and we're still doing like novice level stuff and apprentice level stuff, which doesn't require a whole lot of paper and ink. So we might be okay with only 3 vials, but I don't like risking it. So let's go ahead and try and top off our supplies. Come on now. I mean, well, that would qualify. Okay. Alright, so we've got ink, we got plenty of paper. We should be good. I mean, I don't have a cauldron for melting down all of my alchemical ingredients, but, you know, one project at a time. Let's go ahead and process all of the theses that we have and see if we can at least level up. Part of the challenge to our situation is that everyone's going in one at a time. Okay. Part of our challenge is that the next dragon likes fire. So obviously we don't want to shoot it with fire. That would be pointless. Which means we need to hop over to either electric or frost. I have done an electric mage just personally in my own playthrough. Haven't done a lot of frost because certain undead are resistant to frost. Although with Ordinator they do increase it reduces the frost resistance of your victims. So technically you could kind of work around that.
Tools, wares, and welcome to Green.
Let's see. I wonder if he's got an alembic. That might actually make things easier. But let's buy him out of house and home first. Have loot will sell. Okay, we won't need. I don't think. Well, we might need some leather. Never know when you'll need some leather. Don't need orichallium or ruby. And yes, I know I'm butchering the pronunciation. That just kind of comes with the territory. I've got to hang on to that troll skull until I find. I think it's 2 flawless amethysts, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. It happens occasionally. Okay, I think that is all we can sell at least, but because I'm me, I forgot to see what he had for sale. We won't need weaponry. I think armor we're fine. Potions, ingredients, manual of lantern care. Let's see, flawless garnet, some clothes, some loaded soul gems. Well, we already got 8 inkwells from Belethor, so we should be good there. But it's good to know that they are available, or that he is available if we need it. But I think we'll be okay. Alright, so we're going to make ourselves a nice little camp out here in the boonies. Because I am still a low perked werewolf, there is a chance that when night calls I will shapeshift and need to do so in a place of privacy. So we're going to camp out over here away from civilization. We're going to become that lone semi-crazy mad mage that just curls up in a corner and studies magic and by some mysterious means doesn't need to eat or sleep. Mostly because I didn't want to combine I need with all of the resting involved here. I might throw in I need later if we switch to a more alchemy-based research method. We shall see. Alright, place here. Thank you very much. Alright, so I think our primary goal is going to be... Yeah, I know there's a little bit of... It's not a perfect system. I've got plants growing out of my sleeping bag. But as long as I can still use it, we're good. Alright, we have enough magicka for 12 hours of research, which is vital for new spells. And I've been very squishy, so we're definitely going into the health department, for sure. Are we going one-handed in stealth, or are we doing destruction? It's hard to say. But I do know that I need to be able to fight like bad things from a distance. So it is tempting to level up my magic. We do have clairvoyance though. If I could get some theses. Okay, so what we research is going to be heavily dependent on what we can gain experience in, right? So for example, I have disease at apprentice level. If I can learn that without blowing up that theses, then I can unlock probably restoration spells that do disease damage, which could still be really useful. I can also learn Daedra and then start summoning Daedra. The idea here is to... resistance, that's an interesting one. Because we have alteration and resistance. I think if you combine those two, there's a spell in Odin that gives you straight elemental resistance, like all of the elements, which obviously we need to be looking into. I don't know what the transformation one could do for us. That's an interesting one. If we could do that at a depth level, obviously that would be huge. Water, I think there's destruction level water spells, but I think there's also some healing ones that are based on water. Yeah, although sun, if we could get a sun spell, then we can go hunt some undead, because those do a lot of damage to undead. So you see, what I'm learning is kind of based on what we find, and hopefully I can find like Fury, so I can get some good illusion level spells going, but it kind of depends on, well, what we find. So let's go ahead and start. We already have a research journal, so let's start by breaking down some of these items. And the first step we're going to do is to save, and make sure that we're far enough away from civilization that if I shapeshift, things bad don't happen. And we probably won't get through it all right now. We'll give it a few minutes. I've still got to get some stuff done before I go to work. Let's see, we have glowing runes appearing on the surface of the object. They seem separate from the object and may be protecting or otherwise enhancing it. Protecting runes. I'm not sure what archetype that could be. Feeling slightly healthier, that's probably just basic healing. That said, why don't we go ahead and study this puppy and see what we got. Oh. We do get a little bit of enchanting experience, even if it does blow up in our face. So, I mean, it's not a total loss. I'm wanting to see where... Yeah, I've only got 33 enchanting right now, so that kind of diminishes our abilities for sure. But once we get up to 50 or so, this will be a lot more expensive. Or effective. It almost instinctively dropped to the burning sensation. It doesn't seem to be doing any damage to your hands, but it feels like it's eating away at your flesh. Okay, that's acid right there. And we have, you seem to be aware of specific objects and people near you. Ooh, sensing. That could be useful, especially if we go with a thief type build. Being able to detect the living or undead. But of course, it blows up in our face. That kind of takes care of that. Alright, let's see. Anything else here we can research? So we're going to go ahead and try and study anything that we already have multiples of. If we only have one, I'll want to save before I try and break it down, just to make sure that things don't, you don't want to lose things that are important. So for this case, this actually worked out just fine. Apprentice spells involving Daedra. Yeah, I think we'll need at least 3, maybe 4. Oh, okay, that. Rudy EMB. I am not disappointed. That's very nice. Okay, so that was Daedra. I wonder if that was enough experience to actually start creating things, or conjuring Daedra. Let's see, so that's weapons, conjuration, destruction. No, Daedra's going to be further back. If you're looking at this big book and feeling intimidated, it follows the same pattern as your menu when you are creating theses. They're in the same chronological order. So once you get used to that theses menu, you'll realize, like, oh yeah, this is over here to the left, this is over here to the right. It kind of makes things a little easier. Alright, where can I find me some Daedra? Daedra. Oh, nope. Or I'll just keep blathering on and completely skip it. Oh, perfect. Okay, we have enough apprentice experience to start playing with Daedra. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing to work on next. If we can just conjure more powerful things, whatever build we decide to do, I feel like you would never... I mean, at what point would you regret having more powerful conjurations? I don't see it. I just don't see it. No. You will never regret that. Particularly with all of the extra summons that I've added into the game with mods. So, I think that will be the first order of business then. So in order to make that work, we're going to give that a shot. All right, the first thing, getting ahead of myself here, first thing we're going to do is look at our Conjure Familiar spell. Because you need to figure out which archetypes you're using. Now this is where it's going to be a little time consuming. So we have Fire Forget, Conjuration, spells appear as creatures and souls. So I assume we're going to be tying it to Daedra instead. And then it appears with aimed, location, controlling, and summoning. The challenge is all these tiers need to be upgraded to apprentice level before we'll be able to make an apprentice level Daedra conjuration spell. So the first thing we're going to be doing is making a lot of paper. Let's see, we'll need all categories, non-theses categories, mundane crafting. There we go. All right. This is going to take quite a bit of paper, so we're just going to go ahead and churn through that. That's 30, 40, probably be okay with 40. Alright, so first off, we do know that we're going to need Fire and Forget at apprentice level. You do not have specific writing materials to compose a thesis on that topic. Huh? Let's see, we have... Oh no, am I still quillless? No, don't tell me I'm still quillless. I am still quillless. Okay then. Well, in that case, let's see, my magicka is fine. Let's go ahead and pack this up. You know what? Let's try Solitude. I mean, they've got some of the biggest vendors in Skyrim. Trying to run it through my head, because if we go to Solitude, it's quite a walk to get to and from the carriage there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll wrap up by finding a quill. We shall find a quill.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
And then I'll explain to my family why I spent so much time playing today.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Because I had to find
First
me a
time
quill.
to Solitude?
Yeah, so once we get that leveled up, we'll start unlocking apprentice level conjuration. That should get us a good... There's a couple, for example, if we can get to the triumphant-based conjurations, like the ones that were designed for warlocks, those ones they're mean. Yeah, if I was diving into like the Vigilant mod, I would definitely want to be able to summon those bad boys to back me up for sure. Alrighty, time to go for a nice little sprint. Gots to find me a quill. One of you guys did mention in the comments that you can find one by shooting an eagle and looting it, so if we find a bird floating around in the sky, I can take a pot shot and try it. We do want that alchemy though, because I have now learned how to process it once you get into Limbic, which is on my list too. This character's going to have quite an assortment. I might have to get a companion or a follower just to carry all this stuff around. That'd be kind of funny. I could give them like the crappiest weaponry available just to make sure that I can still be the one that hogs the glory. It's a, yeah.
Tell them he didn't do it.
It might be a sign of severe psychological issues, but it would also be funny. Alright, let's see. This should be our bits and pieces. That should do it. I'm trying to remember if there's another way to craft a quill. I think you can loot, because you just need like a bird feather, which I assume you can loot from, well, a bird. But let's see what we got here. Miscellaneous, basket, bowl, broom. Scroll all the way down, get me that quill. No quill. Huh. I don't suppose you have one like lying around here that I can steal? I hesitate to do that, because the last time I stole a quill for my other deep dive, I ended up trying to do other deep dive episodes, and these guys kept coming up to punish me for stealing the quill. Like, yeah. Okay, so if that's not going to work, let's try Windhelm next.
Some gate
I might just give up and make one, or command line one. But I do want to show you guys what it takes to actually play this through as an actual game. But that is a beautiful painting slash drawing. That is pretty cool. I have been hearing recently about Skyrim Together that allows you to multiplayer in the same Skyrim box.
Where do you want to go?
But I have yet to convince my wife to try it with me.
Climb and back,
Windhelm,
and
there
we'll
we
be
go.
off.
She would be a druid, by the way. We've already discussed this. She wouldn't be much of a fighter, though. She'd be like healing and maybe conjuring stuff, or more likely she'd be off picking flowers and making new potions while I'm trying to fight 3 dragons and a Daedra. She's a free spirit. That looks like something's about to explode. Soul Burst. Massive explosion of arcane energy which sundered the veil between Nirn and Oblivion. Cool. It's funny because the mod adds in these big paragraphs with a lot of detail, and then you got the regular ones that are like one line. This is super important. Like, well, kind of not. Tons of data, little bit of data. Anyway, let's, if we can't find a quill here, then I will talk to the blacksmith area and see what it takes to make one, because it might be listed in the crafting options on a couple of the different menus. And if it's not, then we'll just command line it so that I can move on with my life and make myself some toys. Preferably without stealing the quill this time, because the last video I just did was the alchemy one, right? And in order to take advantage of it, I hijacked the character that I had already powered leveled to master like 5 different schools of magic. So he's like level 40. And he's running around but not like equipped for anything because it's just a demo character. And then I keep getting level 40 bandits dropping on me that are like, you have failed this city. And I completely forgot where the peddler's shop is in Whiterun. So in that case, I think we're just going to have a look here at the miscellaneous and see if quill is even on the list. It is not. The alembic is, and the cauldron, which would still be good things to have for sure. So you can't make a quill there. I wonder if does this guy even have a tanning rack? Oh yeah, it's over here. Maybe the quill is made over here. Do. Quill. Nope. Alright. I concede. I call upon the powers of the command line. Alright, don't hate me. I told myself I wouldn't do that, but I did that, because, I mean, if you go to 3 different towns and you can't find a quill, you're going to have to find a way to get yourself a quill. Once I get a little more... I haven't studied how to actually make mods. I can do patches that can make mods play well together, but I haven't actually gone as far as to make my own mods. So I think once I get a little further down the line, I will make a mod that just gives you a quill. Or at least puts it in like Bellathor's inventory or something. Just a quick and easy way to access a quill. Because I feel like they should be easier to find than what we're dealing with here. It just, yeah, seems more realistic to me that should be the case. Am I missing something? Did I? No, I have my travel lantern. It's just a really dark night. Alright then. Well, let's see. I think I am in my favorite little spots. Let's go ahead and set up camp. And strike one. We have the downside of running 130 mods simultaneously is eventually something's going to crash. It is funny though, because I spent like 9 hours testing this load order with no problem, and just to be sure, I actually moved it all to a new load order I call Full Run and threw in a couple more mods and tested that for a few hours, no problems. And of course I get 2 hours into this playthrough and we got problems. So let's go ahead and have a look and see what we are in for. I have the .NET script framework, which allows you to record. It doesn't catch every kind of crash, but if it's a crash that is related to .NET functions, then it will record it. I am not a .NET web developer. I'm PHP actually, so this mostly doesn't mean a lot to me. However, we can use this section here to find relevant objects. So that is the objects in the game and the mods in the game that were running at the time of the crash. So for example, we can see that we were currently operating in the Whiterun Watchtower Exterior 2, which is a file from the Special Edition patch that traces all the way back to Skyrim. And we can also see that the character that was involved in the crash was from the Immersive Patrols mod. So eventually I want to figure out the creation kit so I can actually go into a more intimate version of developing the game. Like SSE Edit allows you to see the raw files, but not like what things actually look like. So part of my issue is I haven't gotten into that yet, so I can't just go through and, for example, find Yahir and see if the skeleton exists or what have you. But anyway, we can see that the primary cause is something going on with Immersive Patrols 2, and since Immersive Patrols it's a mod that will just pop in randomly, so I don't think this is an issue that would be serious enough for me to give up this playthrough and start something else. We're going to go ahead and keep pressing forward because a lot of the dungeons that I wanted to show you guys, for example, I have right here. I've got a bunch of these dungeons that have additional content added to them, and then I also have Clockwork, and somewhere in here is Forgotten Cities. Yeah, the Forgotten City. They're great exploration, treasure hunter type mods that I still want to show you guys throughout this playthrough, which I think would be a lot of fun. And in those areas, Immersive Patrols won't actually be working because they technically are their own like interior cells. They don't have any patrols running through. So I think we should be able to do at least the minimum of what I wanted to accomplish with this mod, or with this load order, without too many other crashes, at least from that source. So we're going to pick this up again next week and dive right back in. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Feel free to like my video and subscribe to my channel. And if you happen to be a modder that's familiar with .NET coding and you know a tutorial for Skyrim modders to be able to better understand all of this, feel free to shoot me a link in the comments below, because I am not a professional, I don't know if you want to call it a professional modder. I can do 130 mods and still get a pretty decent game out of it. But I certainly am not up to the point where I can do 200 or 400 or 600 mods. So I am open to learning and constructive criticism when it comes to how to mod better. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.